Hey all, welcome to ShareTreck. This is Raj here. Good morning, guys. Hope you guys are doing well. And yesterday I was looking at the earnings. It seems like Meta has been doing pretty well. I had both Meta as well as Microsoft on my Canadian side, but Microsoft definitely got beaten really badly after the earnings post-market. And this morning it has recovered quite a bit, but it's still in the negative, whereas Meta, which was heavily positive immediately past earnings, it has cooled down a little bit, but it's still quite positive. So a loss and a gain. I'm okay with that. Tesla has been tepid. What I hear about Tesla is that Tesla is going to invest $2 billion in XAI. Again, we are seeing more of circular investment. XAI is Elon Musk's private company, and Tesla is putting the public money into the private company. And I don't know. Nothing in Tesla looks good to me. They are going to remove the production lines of Model S and one more model because it doesn't sell that much and it's the pricier of theirs. And they're going to use the space to create robots. And that robots are not already in market. So when I look at all of these things, it seems like Tesla is being used as a cash cow for all new initiatives. The risk factor is pretty high. Somehow the fanboys are continuing to give Tesla a pass, in my opinion. I'm still short on Tesla. Okay, let's come back to S&P 500 futures. We had drawn a line of resistance yesterday. I'm just going to recalibrate this chart so you can see it clearly. This was a line of resistance that we had drawn yesterday. It was respected yesterday as well as today. It's being respected. We went all the way up to there and then we came back down. We have support today at 6,928.50 and we have resistance at 7,033.25. Market sentiment is still bearish, even though it's improving. MACD is bullish, but momentum is absolutely flat, though above average. We have a gain of 0.15% on S&P 500 and a gain of 0.04% in NASDAQ. When I started preparing for today's session, S&P 500 and NASDAQ futures were much higher in the positive. They have kind of come down as I watched the time go by. So by the time we open, probably we could open flat or negative. So that's a very good possibility out there. We have a resistance for NASDAQ futures at around 26,407. I think we'll get very good support at 26,110 for NASDAQ today. Now, having said that, let's look at dollar index, which is forming what I call a bearish pennant. It is still within the parallel channel and it's forming a bearish pennant. A bearish pennant can take it further down. We need to see some concrete change in the US in terms of government policies. Right now we have the funding bill, which is going through a lot of uncertainty, and the kind of things that are happening out there is absolutely horrible. I've been looking at the geopolitical situation, which is mostly instigated by the US, the situation between the monetary policy and the fiscal policy, the statements of Scott Bessent. Scott Bessent knows better. He has been in a fund company which has been dealing with all kinds of international bonds and everything, but nothing seems to matter. And at this point of time, I think all of it is coming to roost. You look at the dollar index, look at the drop in confidence. Let me just pull this up from here to here. As of today, we are looking at 3.22% drop. And then if we go to January, which is when President Trump started off, let us look at that. Let me recalibrate this chart and bring it back to January. I'm going to take the marking widget, bring us back to 1st of January. So here we are, 2nd of January, and I'm pulling it from there. I'm pulling the widget all the way up to where we are right now. 11.92% drop in the dollar. tell me how this can't spur inflation. Remember that we also have tariffs on top of this. Even though the tariffs may be as high as 25%, at least 14.5% is the effective tariff that is going through. On top of that, you had a drop of 11.92% in the value of dollar index. The dollar has dropped against a basket of currencies by 11.92%, effective tariff of 14%. And we are not seeing all of those things reflected in the same magnitude in the government statistics. So I'm starting to doubt this entire BIS statistics. I think BIS statistics is BS statistics. And we are navigating blind on this. So the reckoning is coming. The VIX is also raising. The VIX is up on this bull channel, and it's up again 2.02% this morning. Look at gold. Gold is continuing to go up straight. Gold is saying that fiat currency cannot be trusted. Gold is showing geopolitical risks that are not being taken seriously. And that is a very big problem. So gold is going up, and we have, let us go to the 10-year yield. US 10-year yield, this is a bull flag, as we said before. This is a bull flag. We had a bull flag, and we have broken out of the bull flag now. That is a breakout spot for the bull flag. So we have broken out of this bull flag, which means we're going to take a measured move up, and we already have a target of 4.415, and other analysts, professional analysts, have a much higher target for the 10-year bond for US. What happens when the bond prices go up? It's much less risky to invest in bonds, so money gets taken out of gold as well as the stock market, and it goes into the bonds. The reason it gets taken out of gold is because gold does not give you any return. The bonds, when the bond yields are very high, the face value of the bond is low, the rate of return is high, and when the yields drop, the face value of the bonds go up. So not only do you get high interest while the bond price is low, but when the yields start dropping, you start getting capital gains. So it's a no-brainer to put money into bonds when the bond yields are quite high. And technically, gold should not be as strong as it is right now. The fact that gold is going up much more than the 10-year bond, that shows that people don't trust the bonds. Now, what has happened also in the background is central banks have reduced their US Treasury holdings and US dollar holdings, and gold has replaced that as the number one. And that is being reflected here in the market. And as I said before, I think there are too many dollars swimming around in the stock market, thanks to the K-shaped economy, where the top 10% are doing most of the spending and living a great life, and they are the ones invested in the stock market. And all these extra dollars sloshing around is pushing the price of all these assets, the stock. And if you look at what we had in terms of the dollar index, and this 12%, 11 to 12% drop in the value of dollar, plus the tariffs, that should scare the daylights of everyone, because that means the inflation is much higher than what we see on the BIS numbers. And the companies, sooner rather than later, are going to show that their sales figures have dropped and their margins have dropped, because there is unemployment also happening, not only in terms of deporting the migrants who have been doing important work and paying into the tax coffers, but the fact that youth unemployment is much higher thanks to the AI displacement. So it's a mess out there. One has to be very careful. Okay. I'm not going to stress more on this. Let's go on and have a look at, I would skip the index today and go directly into AI. Let us look at NVDA. NVDA is down 0.22% in pre-market trades, and it has got twin supports out here. And the first support is at 187.67, and the second support happens to be at 186.58. These two are supports, and the resistance is at 195.82. That's our resistance for today. And let us look at Meta, which is up 8.80%. And we have a resistance at 676.40. We broke above that very easily. So I'm going to convert this into support. Right now, we are just below the resistance of 737.51. Now, the question is, are we going to meet the cup and handle target of 786.29? I think so. Yes, I think we could probably do that. Market sentiment bullish, MACD bullish, momentum above average. And of course, this is all based on the earnings that came out. So things are looking pretty good for Meta. I have NVIDIA on the Canadian, on the US side. I have Meta on the Canadian side, along with Microsoft on the Canadian side. Microsoft didn't do that well. And now let's look at Google, which is up 1.73% in pre-market trades. Definitely marching towards our target of 372.60. Google is doing pretty well. For today, the support is likely to be at 328.09. Amazon is down 0.50%. The $40 million plus $35 million for publicity and others that Amazon spent on the Melania documentary seems to have bombed. But then you can always say it's the cost of doing business, because Amazon could probably be getting some other benefits which is worth more than $75 million. So it's neither here nor there, but Amazon is trending along. And for today, I think we have a support at 242.94 from earlier session when we looked at it yesterday, and that is being converted into a resistance today. We are right now at 241.90. So the other support, which was at 242.06, also gets converted into a resistance. So those are the two resistance for today, and the support for today is going to be 239.61. I'm not too much worried. It's a much diversified company. Our earnings are coming out on 5th of February. We'll check out what happens then. And we have this diagonal line of support anyway that provides a lot of support to Amazon. Next, let us look at Apple, which is up 0.56% in pre-market trading. And we have a resistance out here at 262.69. Initial support is going to be at 251.29. Let's look at Microsoft, which is down 6.84%. That's a huge drop. We have converted a support of 473.67 into a resistance, that is 473.04 into a resistance. And we are going to get some support at 439.10. In fact, we have fallen even below this line of support that we have from the parallel channel. So we have fallen below the parallel channel. Things are looking pretty bleak for Microsoft, but I think this would be the opportunity for me to dollar cost average. Microsoft is a dividend paying company. It pays a 91-cent dividend. It's not a free holding like some other companies that do not pay any dividend, for example, Tesla. I don't see any dividends out here. But Tesla is up 1.74%. The earnings didn't give it that kind of a boost. 455.61 is the resistance, and support is 427.49. The head and shoulder pattern is already there. We breached once and we bounced back again. We'll have to see how long the fanboys can keep this stock up. I think in terms of earnings, even though we have a surprise out here, it's just that the market was expecting for even worse performance thanks to drop in sales in the European markets and other markets. Overall, I think this is just a matter of waiting. Things are not looking that great. All the way from 12th of September onwards, right up to now, we have been range bound. There's a whole lot of either distribution or accumulation. I don't know what it is, but I'm pretty sure that we are going to be bearish sooner rather than later. Oracle is down 1.45% in pre-market trades, firmly back into this parallel channel. And for today, I think we'll get resistance at around 174.54. That's going to be our resistance. Right now, we are at 170.30. And today, we'll get some support around 170.79. That's where I think we are likely to get a little bit of support. Next, let us look at AMD. And in AMD, we have a gain of 0.12%. We are forming a bullish bullish pennant or a bull flag out here, which seems to be a bullish signal to me. We have very strong market sentiment, bullish MACD, momentum above average, plenty of room on the RSI. So things are looking pretty decent for AMD. AMD is looking pretty good. SMCI is down 0.87% in pre-market trades. I don't know what's happening with SMCI. I still have the SMCZ shorts. I'm holding on to it. I don't think this is a bullish pennant or anything. I'm looking for a trend to emerge. Let's look at Broadcom. Broadcom is down 1.08% in pre-market trades. We'll get resistance at 333.26 and we'll get some support at 325.18. Right now we are at 329.65. Let's go to Palantir. Palantir is up 1.41% in pre-market trades. Earlier support at 160.87 is now going to act as a resistance for us. And I'm going to draw this line of resistance further ahead and color this red. And I would say that for today, we also have resistance at 160.01. Right now, we're at 159.52. First resistance at 160.01, second resistance at 160.73, and potential support at 157.44. SMH is up 0.35%, still riding the bull channel. At this point of time, I think that there is this gap up. Therefore, I would say that there is some support at 14.88. That will be the support for today. Tempus AI is up 0.19%. I still have Tempus AI. I'm holding on to it because I think the stock has some potential. And right now, I'm looking at this formation out here and looking at this as a bullish pennant altogether. So I'm looking for a breakout. Let's hope something good happens out there. Next, we have to go to Genomics. Pfizer. Hi, good morning. Pfizer is up 0.38%. As long as it's on this bull channel, I'm happy with it. It will take its own time reaching our target of 28.18, which is a cup and handle target. But I'm happy the way it is going right now. We have a resistance today, which is going to be at 25.99. Let me open this up. Yeah, 25.98. Right now, we are at 25.94, up 0.31%. I'm looking forward for us to convert this resistance into a support. And then our actual resistance for today is 26.15. Market sentiment is bullish. MACD is bullish. Momentum is above average. We got the dividend and then the market sold off. We have earnings coming up on 3rd of February. This is a long-term holding for me. I'm going to watch what's happening out there. Let's look at Prime, which is up 0.50%, and it's still riding this diagonal line of support that we had drawn earlier. And for us today, the support is likely to be initially at 3.90, and then it could come to 3.76. Intelia is down 0.51% in pre-market trade. Support is easily available at 12.98 and resistance probably could come in at 14.42. Caribou Biosciences is flat in pre-market trade. It's going to get very good support at 1.50 and potential resistance at 1.56. Right now we are at 1.52. Beam Therapeutics is flat in pre-market trades. It's going to get support at 28.55 and it could get resistance at around 30.69. Let me convert this into red. Altimmune is up 3.32% this morning after a huge drop, and it's going to get support at 5.13 and it could get initial resistance. I think the first resistance at 540, the second resistance at 550 and the third resistance potentially at 565. Editas is flat in pre-market trades. It will get support initially at around 2.02 and then at around 1.99. It will get resistance at around 2.13. Illumina is up 0.43%. As I said, friends, Illumina is riding this bull channel. It's very strong right now. We have a bullish pennant forming up. The bullish pennant will give a breakout on the upside. We have a resistance today of 156.63. and the stock is looking pretty good. We have earnings coming out on 5th of February. Maybe there's a positive catalyst out there, or it could potentially be a buy the rumor, sell the news kind of an event. CRISPR Therapeutics is languishing at 53.47. I think this is a good opportunity to buy. I'm going to put some money into CRISPR Therapeutics at this stage. Today I will check it out. 53.21 is a good spot for me to buy it. So 53.47 seems as good as it can get in the pre-market. So I'm going to buy some 100 CRISPR and wait for a swing trade for it to go back to the resistance of 56.33. I think it's doing a range-bound trading. At the most, it may come down to 52.18 and then bounce back up again. So that's what I'm thinking. So let us see where it goes. I'll keep you informed if I actually bought CRISPR or not. Allogene is flat in pre-market trades, and the neckline has been breached once again, and we have come down. So guys, this thing is yanking me all over the place. So I don't know what Allogene is doing. Right now, the bull flag also has been converted, and it's no longer a bull flag. It's now become a bear channel. Let's look at grain. Grain is up 1.62%, and it will definitely get support at 94.18. And we have PACB, which is flat in pre-market trade. It's a bullish flag, bull flag coming up out here, and I'm looking for a breakout from this bull flag. The flat market opening kind of gives me some hope that we'll have a green candle today and the flag pattern will start forming much more properly. Give it a few more days and we'll see what happens. ARCG is flat in pre-market trades. This is no longer a bull flag. The bullish flagpole has been penetrated below the 50% mark. So what we are seeing here is not the body of the flag. I think it's a bear channel in formation. For today, we have support on 31.15. We'll see where this goes. Next, let's look at Vertex. Vertex is down 0.15% in pre-market trades. Support available at 472.62. Potential resistance is going to be at around 479.49. Ginkgo Bioworks is up 0.53%. It's getting support at 9.34. It will definitely get resistance somewhere around 9.85. Let's look at Precision, which is up 1.12%. It will get some support at around 4.42. It's going to get resistance at 4.93. Eli Lilly is flat in pre-market trades. Don't know what this company is doing. There's a whole lot of distribution or consolidation, something happening out here all the way from 15th of December. And we are waiting for the earnings, which happens on 4th of Feb. And after that, we have a dividend of 1.73. So there is plenty of catalysts in the very near future. We'll look out for that. Ultragenics is down 0.12% in pre-market trades, and this bull flag out of which we broke out is now giving a support on the top end at 24.46. Right now we are at 24.41. So potentially I'm going to leave this as it is. I'm hoping that we open above this and try to consolidate above this and move further. That's my hope, because market sentiment, though bearish, is improving. MACD is fully bullish. Momentum is just below average, and we have earnings coming up on 12th of Feb. Maybe we get some catalysts of that. And now for our friend Uddhav, I'm going to look at Team also, but first let me check out Rocket. Not at all looking good. We still have support at 20.40. United Health is up 0.19%. Again, we have a target of 277.57. I'm looking at that target. Market sentiment is bearish. MACD is bearish. Momentum is below average. A dead cat bounce. And now today, are we going to build on this and go to do a gap fill, or are we going to create a bearish pennant out here? That's what I want to watch. Team is down 4.27%. Now, this happens to be a bear flag. And are we going to break down on the bear flag? That's what I'm looking at. Right now, market sentiment is bearish, but MACD has become bullish. Momentum, though below average, is moving a little bit upwards. We have earnings coming on 5th of February 2026. This is going to be very interesting. Let's see what happens out there. And then after this, I would like to go into currencies and look at Bitcoin. And Bitcoin is looking as bearish as ever. This is a bear flag pattern that we are looking at, and probably it's going to break down. We have support at 87,418.10 for today. And I think the resistance in general for the last so many days has been 89,540.55. That will continue to be a resistance for today, in my opinion. This has become bearish as well. I'll do my dollar cost averaging once we go closer to a much lower level at this point of time, because let me go into a weekly pattern and see if we can see any patterns on the long term. So if we look at a long-term chart for Bitcoin, you can definitely see a shoulder here and a head here. I don't know what is happening out here, but there is a risk that this could turn out to be a shoulder. And if it turns out to be a shoulder, then our neckline is most likely going to be in the vicinity of 76,527. So as long as this probability is not eradicated by moving upwards and changing the situation out here so that there can't be a second shoulder, then I would definitely decide to buy. So I'm going to wait and watch this. My Bitcoin holding is still positive. I bought at a much lower rate. I'm still waiting to see if I can do a dollar cost averaging, but I'll wait for a longer time because of this possibility of a potential head and shoulder pattern. Market sentiment is very bearish. MACD is bearish. Momentum has been plenty of room to fall from here. I doubled down on gold yesterday and it has gone up further. So I'm really happy with my investment in gold, which is looking, which has a gain of almost 20% right now. So I'm pretty happy with that. If you look at the chart for gold, let's look at IAU here. It's going pretty well. And let's go to gold itself. Futures, gold. So gold has touched our resistance that we were looking at. We thought that there could be a resistance out here. So this resistance has been touched. So I'm going to try and see if there is any other resistance that we can find that could show us where we can go. So I'm looking at, let us say, a monthly chart. Let us recalibrate this. Let's look at the monthly chart and see if we can plot any more channels. I can see one coming up, but it's going to be super ambitious. Let us say, if I was to take this point, connect it to this point, and project it forward. And take this further, that is very high. So when I put all of these things together, I am thinking that gold having gained so much so quickly, that seriously indicates that there is something wrong with the US dollar and the US Treasury, because typically that is where everything goes in times of risk and geopolitical unrest. There's plenty all over the world. Countries are anxious about what US is doing everywhere, including Venezuela, including Greenland, and including the Board of Peace and what it's planning to do with the Palestinian territories. So all those things put together, and the fiscal indiscipline that is seen in the US, and now the spreading contagion into challenging the independence of the Fed, you see central banks going into gold. And once the gold goes into the central bank vault, it's not coming out, it's out of circulation. So physical demand also goes up, and it can potentially not be met by physical gold. You have seen silver also go up significantly. Silver has gone up so much. It's an industrial metal as well. So if you look at all of those things, you can't but ignore what is happening in the US. I'm absolutely bullish on gold, and I'm super bearish on US stocks. In fact, today I'm going to take the opportunity to move some more of my cash from the US side to the Canadian side, because I think the US dollar is in for a deep dive. I would like to hear from you guys what you think. Please let me know in the comment section. Are you seeing any positive signs in the US? The so-called debt ceiling, it's a regular drama. Funding the government becomes a regular drama, and things are not working out despite all those so-called checks. 38 trillion and counting is the deficit. Not looking good. Not at all looking good. Okay, we have shot past our previous ceiling of the RSI, the previous resistance on the RSI. We have shot past even that. This has gone beyond my wildest expectations. Let me see if in the past we had gone beyond. Okay, there is a record in the past in the monthly scale. We can go all the way up here. I can't even check out what the reading is for that one. So yeah, I think we are as high as we can go on the RSI. We need to consolidate out here. So there'll be opportunity for people to buy gold and dollar cost average if they so wish. I'm thinking gold is on a tear and it's only going to move up further. That's the only, and physical gold is the ultimate because it has got no counterparty risk. Anything on ETFs or any kind of indirect holdings won't cut it because people will be tempted to short charge the gold. That would be corruption happening at various levels. Law enforcement is very slow. As we have seen, there are too many cases clogging up the courts. That's what happens in third world countries. We are seeing that happen in the US with all kinds of cases going to the court, and no, it's not looking good. Uddhav, you have a great day. If you need anything else that you want me to check out at, I'll do that. Otherwise, I'd like to wind up this session. And I would like to say bye to you guys. United Health I did, and team I have already done. Yeah. So signing off for the day. Bye guys. See you later. Have a great day. Bye for now.